Most modern gaming often relies heavily on dark and gritty realism, but it's a breath of fresh air to witness a title that completely embraces the vivid, colorful spirit of PS2 adventure titles. Skyward Entertainment, with its second stone, The Legend of the Hidden World, attempts to capture that timeless charm while also pushing the bounds of modern gaming. I had a chance to try the early build of the game, and based on this short run, I can say they are on the right track. You will play as Sharon, a youthful, lively treasure hunter from the beautiful Aramaya village. Sharon's long trip is all about finding out the old, long-lost mysteries of a terrible, hidden world that threatens his home. The game's main feature is the dual world concept, which works as both a story setting and an important part of the action. The overworld is the main domain. It is a rich, wide, and colorful fantasy world full of life, with dense, explorable forests and deep, intriguing tunnels. The hidden world, on the other hand, is a dark, deadly, and corrupted mirror realm full of evil monsters from other worlds and dangerous environmental problems. Moving between these two worlds isn't just a visual trick. It's an important part of solving puzzles and getting around. You will have to go into the hidden world to discover another way if a passage is blocked by debris or a chasm in the overworld. I can't say much right now because this is just a small part of the early build. What I like the most is the combat. Second Stone adds a lot of verticality and energy to the traditional 3D action-adventure view. The game doesn't just ask you to fight in flat, boring battlefields. Instead, it requires you to use their 3D platforming talents. You need to be able to jump, dash, and climb without any problems as part of your offensive plans. This will create a fast-paced, fluid combat cycle where location and mobility are equally as vital as raw damage output. The game also has strong RPG elements that make it more than just a nostalgic platformer, thanks to its highly modular character building system. The game constructed a complicated personalization loop that makes each fight seem distinct if you actually maximize it. You will find various weapons and gear to customize your playstyle. For example, if you like to fight from a distance, you can use a bow. Or if you like to deal with fast attacks, you can use the twin blade. The Mana Stone system is another thing. As players explore, they will find elemental stones that may be put straight into their weapons and gear, which will change how they work in big ways. For instance, putting a spark stone onto a magic armlet makes the player a storm mage, and putting a rime stone on a bow lets them freeze adversaries far away. An ember stone can also be used into armor to protect against enemies who use fire. Players can upgrade their Mana Stone tiers by fusing extra Mana Stones that they find in the game. This modifies how the spells work, not just giving them more damage. A basic rough Ember Stone might shoot a fireball with one missile. However, a fully improved Radiant Ember Stone turns that same spell into a powerful assault that breaks into 3 homing projectiles. When they hit, they explode like a cluster bomb, doing a lot of damage in a wide area. The Astral Tablet is like a huge ability tree that connects to your elemental Mana Stones and lets you change your combat skills in a lot of different ways. You can change your attributes and spells by unlocking different nodes on the tablet, and even unlock the triple jump. This lets you make hundreds of unique character builds that are just right for how you want to play. Along with your quest, the game gives you some side activities to do, like a TCG type game where you can play against an NPC and get a reward for beating them. There is also a Lost Labyrinth, which is a vast temple that has procedural roguelike gameplay. To be honest, I'm not a fan of this roguelike side activity in this game. As someone who is already overwhelmed by roguelike games, this one doesn't seem interesting or unique, even though the boss design is very decent. I'm more into the classic exploration with a multi-layered dungeon that will give you huge prizes when you finish it, rather than this roguelike gameplay. The fact that Unreal Engine 5 titles have had performance issues in the past makes me anxious about this game. The game works okay on the overworld, but when you switch to the hidden world, it will run very poorly. I hope the developer can improve it in the final version. In general, Second Stone: The Legend of Hidden World looks like a good game. I really like the combat, and I can't wait for its release. So that is for today's video. Thank you for watching, guys, and see you in the next video.